25th of April, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura. Hello again, Rabbi.
Okay. All right. Good morning again. This is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here at Shamanakshi in Yerushalayim Care Zoom. We are learning Chometz She'avar Pesach. What's the laws relevant to Chometz which were left over and not taken care of properly during Pesach? And that's in Siman Taf Shin Mem Taf Mem Chet. Taf Mem Chet. Mistake. Get up on the screen.
I lost my ear.
Yeah. Okay. How are you doing with all the dust the last couple of days? Are you managing okay?
It's terrible. I wonder what it's from.
You know.
It's in your neighborhood also?
Oh yeah, we have a layer of dust all over the place.
So it's the whole city?
Sometimes it comes through the Sahara.
Through the what?
The Sahara Desert.
Oh, really? All the way from there?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, well, it's not really affecting me. It's not getting in the house.
Yeah, that's good.
The car is filthy, but so what?
Yeah. Okay. You want to continue on with the Mechaber Tuf Mem that?
Okay, should I review?
Yeah, sure.
Chometz shel Eino Yehudi she'avar alav haPesach mutar afilu ba'achila. So Chometz, which was owned by somebody who's not Jewish over Passover, is permitted to be eaten. Ve'im Eino Yehudi mevi LiYisrael Doros Chometz B'yom Acharon Shel Pesach. If it was not a Jew, if the person who's not Jewish brings it to a Jew, what is Doron?
Doron is a gift.
As a gift. After Passover, Lo Yikablenu HaYisrael, the Jew should not accept it. The Gam Lo Yehei Nikar Mitoch Ma'asav Shechafetz Bo. and it should not be that it appears that he desires it. V'tov she'yomar she'eno rotzeh liyikneh lo reshuso. And it's good that that he should say that it's not, he doesn't want to sheyikneh, to receive it in his possession.
Right. That meaning the question is, how are you supposed to relate? Let's say let's say your neighbor brought you some chometz on the last day of Pesach. How are you supposed to relate to that situation? So
On the last day.
lo yikableno Yisrael. You shouldn't, don't accept it. Right? V'gam lo nikir mitok mas al shechavitz ba. And also you shouldn't make it apparent through your behavior that you want it. Right?
Right. So in other words, he comes over and brings you a nice kosher cake.
Right.
On the last day of Pesach.
Right.
So you should not make it seem like you want it.
Right. Let's see how the Mishna explains this.
Okay. Let's see, where do I start?
That should be in Sifkat Gimel, Yom Achron. The Don Jew brings, right? Fritz brings you a nice chocolate cake. He says, "Oh, Mrs. Fritz just baked this chocolate cake. I know you haven't been eating it for the last week, so I figured you want you'd like some. So what are you supposed to do?"
All right, I'm trying to find where Gimel is, Sifkat and Gimel.
All
right. Mishna Berura. B'yom Acharon?
Right.
Okay, I got it. Af shehu de Rabbanan. Even though it is rabbinical. What the last day of Pesach is rabbinical?
If you're referring to in Chutz La'aretz, right?
Oh, it's in Chutz La'aretz. Okay.
If it's the scenario is here that it's taking place in Chutz La'aretz, right?
V'chol shekain, and therefore,
the question is even more so.
Oh, even more so, the Pesach Gufe on an actual day of Pesach,
right?
A day that's fully Pesach,
correct,
or derisa Pesach,
right? That would include Chol HaMoed, not just Yom Tov Acharon, but it also include Chol HaMoed.
Right. So Chol HaMoed would be stronger than the last day in Chutz La'aretz.
Right.
Lo yikablenu haYisrael. The Jew should not accept it. Mishum bal yera'eh. Because of a fear.
No, this is the prohibition. Bal yira, you shall not see, prohibited from even seeing chometz that belongs to you on Pesach.
Oh, so it's not Baal, it's Al.
Yeah, right. Do not, right? Do not. Okay.
I have a misprint.
Well, that's what it means. That many times it's not a misprint. Many times Baal that's like almost Aramaic for low.
Oh, okay. So it's because of the prohibition that says you should not see it. V'im kiblo, and if he did accept it, aser b'hana la'achar Pesach, he's not permitted to get benefit from it after Pesach.
Right.
Mishum de have Chometz shel Yisrael, because it is Chometz of a Jew. She'avar alav haPesach, that was in his possession on Pesach.
Right. Since the non-Jew brought the chametz to the Jew on Pesach, and the Jew acquired it on Pesach, it now becomes his on Pesach, and therefore, with the conclusion of Pesach, it's considered to be chametz that belonged to a Jew that had not been properly disposed of before or during Pesach, and therefore it's going to be forbidden, but not after Pesach.
Lo yehe not nikar v'kulei. It should not be apparent. De'im yehe nikar, that if it is apparent, shechafetz bo, that he desires it. Kigon, for example, she'omer lo, that he says to him, hanach b'makom Sanua. Let it rest in a place that's near.
And put it in a secluded place, protected place.
Put it in a protected place. Poloni bechatzeri. Thus in such a protected place in my courtyard. Chatzero kona lo. Then in that case, his courtyard would acquire it.
Right.
Aval im eno nikar, but if it's not obvious, if it's not apparent, af she'akum mashiru. What's mashiru?
He set it down there.
Set it down. Even if he sets it down, laha doron betoch beso. What's hadoron?
That's the gift.
Oh, the gift. Right, I had that before. If he set down the gift within his house, share, it's good.
Permissible. It's permissible.
It's permissible. If it's not apparent that he wants it, and the non-Jew puts it down in his house, it's permissible.
Right. If like if it's, that means like the goy is, the non-Jew is sort of forcing him to accept it. So that'll be okay.
De mis tama isura lo nicha le. What's the istama?
That the general mistama means the general assumption is.
The general assumption that it's forbidden Lo nicha. What's nicha?
It's not desirable to him. It's not beneficial. It's not beneficial to him. And the general assumption we can assume is that something which is forbidden, the person's not really interested in getting something which is forbidden to him.
Vachatzero, and his courtyard, Eno Kona, does not acquire lo for him, Baal Karcho, against his will.
Right. Right. So since we can assume that something which is forbidden, the person is not interested in acquiring something which is a liability to him. Therefore, his domain, his chatzer, his courtyard can't receive it for him if against his will.
But don't we have a principle that a person can deliver a get, the chatzer?
Right. That's
Wouldn't
because
we assume that she doesn't want the get?
right, but that's because the get can be given Baal Korcha. The get is given whether she likes it or not.
Oh.
Right,
Oh.
but only because of that reason. If it was something which you can't mekadesh a woman by throwing something in her courtyard, because you can only mekadesh her if she's willing to marry, right?
Right.
But the get's different. The get can be given even against the will of the woman.
V'al kain afilu im haya zeh b'yom tov rishon. And therefore, even if it is the first day of Yom Tov, Nami Share, also it's permissible. So it's the first day of Pesach, you're sitting down at your Seder, doorbell rings,
Right.
You open the door and there's Fritz with a nice big cake. And he says, here, it's a Pesach present. And you say, no, thank you, Fritz, but no, I don't want it. I don't need cake. He says, oh, come on. I'm sure you're just being modest. Here, I'll set it right down here on the table that's next to the door, and have a happy Passover. So
Right.
now it's permissible. You can leave it sit there all Pesach, and then after
Well,
Pesach, you can eat it.
no. So that's something else that you're also obligated to destroy it, right? If he the non-Jew no longer owns it, right, and it's in your rishus, so since we're afraid a person might come to eat it, right, you're obligated to destroy it on Pesach.
So what does share mean in this context?
Meaning, if it was in a situation where it was left over and was not destroyed on Pesach, then after Pesach it would be permissible.
So in other words, Fritz, you close the door on Fritz. He's still got the cake in his hand.
Right.
And he says to himself, oh, he's such a modest guy. I'm sure he wants this cake. I'll just walk around the side of his house and put it on his lounge chair.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it sits on the lounge chair for all of Pesach. You don't go outside, you don't see it. After Pesach, you go outside and you see it and you say, this must be from Fritz. Let's have some lunch.
All right.
Interesting.
Right. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Let's say somebody what could be let's say you, similar situation, it's not the same, but similar. Let's say sometime before you ordered online some type of chametz, a box of these Dutch butter cookies. They come in these metal cylinders.
Yeah.
Let's say you ordered it, wanted to get it special. It's kosher. It's everything kosher. You wanted to get it special for Shalach Manas. You want to get, because your friend likes these cookies and you want to give him these for Shalach Manas. So you ordered it. You ordered it 3 weeks before Purim. Never came. You forgot all about it. And now Amazon guy comes, knocks on your door on Pesach. He says, "Here's your order. Sorry, we're only 5 weeks late."
But you can't accept it, right?
No, you're not supposed to accept it.
So you come to the door and you find that there's an Amazon box sitting there in front of your door.
Right.
Now what do you do?
Right. So you say, you see on the invoice label, let's say it's Chol Hamoed, and you can pick it up, right? You come on Chol Hamoed, same in terms of Pesach and Chometz, it's the same law whether it's Yom Tov or Chol Hamoed. So let's say it's on Chol Hamoed, and they don't even bother to knock on your door, ring your doorbell. They just put it down and they go away, take a picture, and you get your email with the picture in it and everything. Your order has arrived. Sorry, it's only 5 weeks late, but there were unnecessary delays, whatever. We ran out, it was out of stock, and we got it back. So
holiday mail backup.
right, whatever excuse. So yeah, you're not supposed to accept it. Supposed to.
But now what do you do? It's Chol Hamoed. You see the box there in front of your door. You pick it up, and now you realize, oh, this must be those Dutch cookies.
Right.
So what do? Throw it out?
Well, if it's you, I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. You might be able to arrange for a return and a refund on it, possibly. Because
No, Amazon doesn't give you refunds.
No, they don't. No refunds.
They'll refund it if I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. They don't take returns. If you tell them I didn't get it, they'll refund your money.
Right.
If you tell them I got it and I don't want it, I think they'll say there's nothing we can do.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that's the case. They won't give you a refund.
Right. So I guess you'd have to destroy it, or what? You'd have to get first of all, you'd have to probably destroy it. If they don't take returns. I mean, sometimes if it's late, you can get a refund if it's late.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You might be able to get a refund. So if you can get a refund, you're allowed to?
Oh, so that's a good question. I'm not sure, because is that considered to be like you're getting hana from the Chometz? It might. And the question is, when did it become yours? Because you actually paid for it, right? You actually paid to buy this.
Right.
So I'm not sure. I have to think about that.
10:35.
Oh, okay. Rabbi Levitt's waiting. All right. So we'll continue tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
All right. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you. Have a good day, Lou.
Okay. You too.
Okay.